Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets which are available to download in US letter or A4, and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I have an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best be prepared for your exam, and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep in touch, and please do share out the videos. And now we're going to make a start of the Grade 1 2019 Practice Paper B. So if you turn with me to page 7, we'll have a look at this together. Now I always suggest that you have a go of these on your own first of all. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, always work in pencil and you can erase any mistakes, and it's always better to learn by your mistakes. You'll learn much more thoroughly that way instead of just passively copying it through with me. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this, and now we're going to check this through together. So the first question asks us to add missing bar lines to these two melodies. So there are two separate melodies with two separate time signatures, so be careful you don't just presume it's a continuation. So the first one tells us that there are 3 beats in a bar, 3 quarter notes, 3 crotchet note beats per bar. They've given us the first one, so that gives us a clue straight away, and so if you get stuck you can just refer back to this for a little bit of help as well. So we have 2 quavers, 2 eighth notes, and if you refer to your PDF sheet you can see that I've diagrammed this out so you can see how they break down, so you can visualise those time divisions as well as working out the maths. So we have a quaver and a quaver, 2 half beats gives us 1 beat, there's a beat, and then 2 semiquavers, 2 16th notes make a quaver, 2 16th notes make a quaver, and all together that gives us another crotchet beat. So we can now continue working from this. We have a 1 beat, a 1 beat, and then 4 quarters of a beat. If you just visualise that, there's a whole beat divided into quarters, and we can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. That gives us a beat, and so there's 1, 2, 3. That's our bar line. And then 2 halves of a beat, 2 quavers, 2 eighth notes gives us 1 beat. There's 1 beat, there's 1 beat, bar line. And then this is 2 beats, 1 minim. If you refer to your PDF you can see 1 minim splits into 2 crotchets, 1 half note into 2 quarter notes, and also we can think 1 plus 1 makes 2, that's the maths of it. And then there's a beat as well, so 1, 2, 3. And if you get stuck somewhere in the middle you can always work from the back as well and just sort of come at it this way if you get stuck in the middle. So now let's look at this next one. So the time signature is changed, so now we're only counting 2 quarter notes, 2 crotchet beats per bar. Again, they've helpfully given us the first bar. We have 1 beat here. Now then here, let's just work out this. We'll divide our beat into quarters. We know that a quaver, an eighth note, is half a beat, and then a dot makes it half as long again. So half of that half is a quarter, leaving us with just 1 quarter left. So that's 3 quarters and then a quarter here of a beat. So there we go, that's just a good way of visualising that. If like me maths is not your strong point, I just prefer to visualise those time divisions. So pressing on, a half a beat and a half a beat, 2 quavers, 2 eighth notes make a crotchet, a quarter note, there's a beat. And then here let's just divide this. We have a quaver, an eighth note which is half a beat, and then we have a quarter note in this semiquaver, this 16th, and then another 16th note here gives us another, so a half and 2 quarters gives us a full beat. Oh, except I've got carried away. 1 beat, 1 beat, there's our bar line. And now this is the next bar, 1 beat and 2 halves gives us our next beat. Now then here, a crochet is worth 1 beat, a quarter note is 1 beat, and then half as much again is a half of a beat. That's like the equivalent of a quaver and eighth note. And 2 halves, there's our remaining half, gives us, there's our full beat there. So 1, 2, and again, if you get a little bit stuck here, you can always work backwards. We know that this is 2 beats, so our bar line has got to come here, working backwards as well. So that should help you out working at it in both directions if you need to. Let's move on to the next question. So now we're going to look at some triads, some tonic triads. So the first job is to add the correct clef to each of these to make this correct. So for this to be a D major tonic triad, we have the key signature here for D major. However, of course, D major must begin on a D, and so for that to be a D, it must be bass clef, good boys deserve. Just positioning that carefully, because if you put a treble clef, that would become every good boy, that would become a B, and that would be incorrect. So now then, let's look at this one. So for this to be a C, that's middle C, that has to be treble clef, because if you visualise a piano keyboard, we just look at that, middle C is at the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass as if it's met in the middle. So the bottom of the treble, top of the bass, so that's treble clef. There we go. So the next job is to write the letter names of each note. Now we can do this in 2 ways. We can just read the clefs, good boys deserve, D, F, A. That's not quite it, we're not quite there. Of course we have a key signature of F sharps and C sharp, so this is F sharp. Alternatively, once you've worked out your lowest note, we can think D, E, F, G, A and just count up from the tonic. So not forgetting your key signature, that's the important thing there as well. So here, this is middle C, and we know that the lines in the treble clef, so we can do C, and then we know the lines in the treble clef are every good boy dears football, so every good, so E, G. Alternatively, you can just count it up, C, D, E, F, G, and work it out that way. So that's that first page completed. We'll look at the next question in the next video. I do hope this is helpful to you. I hope it's helping you with your studies. I hope you're enjoying getting to grips with this. I'm enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super. And please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.